Hi everyone, today I wanted to compare reusable menstrual cups to disposable tampons. I think a lot of people see the size of a menstrual cup and are a little bit intimidated by the size. So I wanted to just show them side by side so you can see how they compare and then show you the different ways you can insert a reusable menstrual cup so it's not quite as intimidating as it seems at first glance. So I have two kinds of tampons in the same absorbency. One is the OB brand that comes without the applicator, and one is, I think it's Tampax, that comes with the plastic applicator, so you can see the two different kinds of tampons. I'm just going to take this out of a wrapper. So this is a tampon with an applicator. And this, I haven't used these in over a year, so, oh my goodness. Okay. And this is the OB tampon out of the package. So I have to be honest, I was never actually able to figure out how to use the OB ones. I really would have preferred to use these to, create less waste while I was using tampons. But tampons are really tricky for me and I needed the applicator to get them in. So if you read the instructions on a tampon package, they usually just tell you to basically insert as high as it will go and then push the applicator in and then the tampon will be placed. What I didn't realize not until after I started using cups and I kind of knew more about my menstrual flow and the position of my cervix was that because my cervix was low, my tampon was usually sitting next to my cervix, so I wasn't really getting the full absorbency out of it because, my cervix was about midway and then I would bleed and kind of use the bottom half of the tampon. Anyway, so this is the insertion profile of a tampon. It is very small. But a cup is not actually, that much bigger than a tampon. So I have here the Ruby Cup Small, which is one of my smallest and softest cups. I have my Lunette size 2, which is one of my largest and firmest cups. And I have the Sckoon size 2 here because it's a pretty medium-sized cup for my stash, and it's one of the few cups I have that has the stem intact. So I wanted to be able to compare the stem to the string in terms of functionality. So first, just a kind of size comparison. I'm going to use the OB just because it's out of the package. So actually, the OB is not very much small in terms of height. So if you can fit a tampon, you can probably fit a cup. The Lunette is a little bit longer, and the Sckoon is a little bit longer as well. The main difference, of course, is that if you need to, you can fit a reusable cup around your cervix. So I'm going to use a tampon as the cervix here. And, that's not actually going to reduce the functionality of the cup. You'll take up some of the capacity, but you'll still be able to, use it to collect your menstrual flow for several hours. As opposed to the tampon, where if you have to, if your cervix is low and you have to place the tampon next to it, you're going to only, not really be able to use it for that long. In terms of insertion, of course, cups get folded, so the kind of generic fold is the C fold, which, is definitely bigger than a tampon, so I wouldn't recommend this fold if you're intimidated by size. One common fold that kind of reduces the size of the menstrual cup best is the punch-down fold, but depending on the cup, that's not necessarily going to be that small. My preferred fold for most cups is the 7 fold, or even all the way down to the triangle fold. So the cup kind of looks like that. And then you insert it this way. So this is the insertion profile. And it goes in a little smoother than I think it looks. So what I do when I use the 7 fold is I insert just, the kind of pointed tip here. And then I rotate as I insert and push the cup open, and then around my cervix, and then push it into place. I lost focus there. Sorry, bear with me. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to show you with the Ruby Cup. I use the 7 fold in the Ruby Cup. It's even smaller than the Sckoon. And the Lunette is on the firmer side, so I tend to use the punch-down fold for firm cups. And this is the insertion profile. So it is very small when you fold it. The one advantage I think cups have, well, several advantages, but an advantage that people might not think of Tampons don't stay this size when they have been used and and they're fully saturated. They expand. Depending on the style of tampon, it might expand kind of equally all around. The Tampax ones, if I remember correctly, they basically kind of just they kind of open out this way, and they can get very, very wide when it's so you see they open up like this, right? And you think, oh, that's about as wide as the cup. Well, the difference is this is a piece of like wadded paper. You can fold the cup on the way out as well, and not worry about it obviously tearing off or anything like that. So you kind of have to, yank the tampon out. It comes out full size, and if it's one of those days where the tampon is dry, everybody knows that that's really uncomfortable. However, with a cup, you squeeze it and then you kind of ease it down, or you can fold it on the way out. Bottom line is that you can make the cup smaller on the way out in a way that I think you can't make the tampon. And of course, silicone is going to be a lot less harsh on your skin than whatever absorbent material is in a tampon. I mentioned, which I should have mentioned to begin with, the stem versus the string. So this is kind of there's no way like this was a bad term to use. Basically, everybody uses the string to get a tampon out. For me, again, I had a low cervix, so I used to, my string was most of the way out of my body. I would kind of have to just tuck it in, and then I would go in and pull it out. If you have a higher cervix and you ever had to reach for a string, I imagine it's going to be the same with the stem. So again, with a string, you kind of just find it and yank on it and pull it out. With removing a cup, it's a little bit different. If you have a low cervix, you will kind of just reach in for the base of your cup. So I have a low cervix and most of my cups don't have stems. I just reach in and find the base, squeeze, and ease it out. If you have a higher cervix and you need to kind of find the base of your cup, you will reach in, get a hold of the stem, and use it to pull your cup down a bit. You're not going to pull it out. Like, do not yank your cup out the way you would yank a tampon out. That will be very painful. Use the stem to kind of get a hold of your cup to wiggle it down enough that you can get a hold of the base of it. Squeeze on the base. That breaks the suction. That's what these holes are for. Breaks the suction. And then you can wiggle the cup out, and it will be able to change shape as needed to be removed. So that is how the stem compares to the tampon string. So I hope that was helpful in terms of just seeing them side by side. Hopefully it shows you that a cup is not that intimidating if you've been kind of on the fence about using it. I used tampons for only about 6 months before I started using cups. And it was definitely very frustrating. Like, I was very kind of hesitant about internal protection generally. But taking time to figure out cups is worth it. It's a lot easier to use. And it's just a lot less uncomfortable than a tampon. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.